On the first instruction under for style set, go to design, and here are your style sets next to the themes. So choose, I believe they said simple. Yeah, it's line simple, this one. So choose that for your style set. Apparently it was not chosen at all, or the wrong one was chosen. The next thing you missed was number 7. Okay, let's look at your workbook down here. That's this one. Okay, it was not copied in correctly. You should have copied it from Excel and then pasted special as a Microsoft Excel object. Okay, so I'm going to click on yours and delete it. And then over here on the left, this is an Excel spreadsheet. It's the one that they wanted you to open, select, and Control-C to copy it. Then go back over here. It's in your clipboard. So go up to Paste and Paste Special. And because you have something in your clipboard that is an Excel object, click on that. It wouldn't show that if you had not copied it to your clipboard. If you had copied something from Word, for instance, it would have shown that instead. So it depends on what's on your clipboard as to what shows there. So click OK, and it adds it. Now you can see a difference in the edges when I select it. And when I double click it, I can now go in here and make changes, which it wanted me to do. It wanted me to change this to 13,000 even, and then click out of it, and it makes that change. In the next instruction, 8, be sure that you have linked the chart to the document and not embedded it. So check that for when you paste it in there. And the next one is number 10, create and apply a new style. So let's look at that one on page 4. That would be here. Let me go to styles. And that's showing that that's a heading 1. That should be a note style. So we want to select this. And apparently you've made heading 1 or heading 3 instead of creating a new style. You've got heading 3. Should be notes. Yes. And so, and then just make sure that you've done everything that they asked you to. Eighth column, 6th row. That looks like that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This would be the 6th row. The last one, change the character spacing. If you go to Format and Font, change the character spacing to expanded, and I think they wanted 1.5. And OK. And OK. And then they wanted that same one applied here, so you can go to styles and you can go to the note style and apply the same style to that one. And then that would have fixed this one. number 10. Okay, the next one is number 14. Looks like it wasn't bolded, so select that and bold it. You did do the shading right, but it's not bolded. And then the next one, insert a table of contents, and they want the note style to be number 2. Really, that was all the customizing they did. Yeah, so select that, go up to references, table of contents, and remove the table of contents. And then we're going to add a custom table of contents. And in options, they want you to change the note style, that new style you created, which you didn't have one, so that's why this is wrong. And that should be the second level. And take heading 2 out as a level. And click OK and OK. And then you should have those 5 entries. That's correct. Okay, the next one, in the letter, when you start the mail merge, mailings, start mail merge, and we're choosing letters. Then the next thing you have to do is type in a new list. And the first thing they ask you to do is customize those columns and delete company name. Be sure you delete the 3 they asked you to delete. That was one of them. Country or region was another one. And the work phone was the third one. Then once you've deleted those, go down to email address and add publications after it, and be sure you spelled it right, including the S on the end of it, and click OK. And then you'll start entering the names from the table of the instructions. Be sure that you spell all of those names right, the zip codes are right, the home phone numbers are right. It's easy to make errors on those, so proofread those carefully because that could be where the errors came in. Okay, and then let's look at the next one. Oh, I've got to save that. Now, you can save it whatever you want. Just one. That's the data source when you input the fields. Okay, now we're putting the fields in. And I'm going to turn on the show hide. It is on. Okay, here's the problem. There's no space between title and first name. There's no space between first name and last name. Or city, state should have a comma and a space. Otherwise, and you can see these in the example in the book, in the instructions, and one space between state and zip code. Otherwise, all those are going to run together. Title's the same way. You need a space between first and last name. You did put one between deer and title. Okay, then be sure you have done the production. There's your mistake. When you put production in, it should have been productions. So be sure and change that in your recipient, because that was where your error was in the previous instruction. And don't forget email address. So mostly it's the spacing, adding the extra spaces in there. Quick fix. And that was number 20. 19 and 20, I just went over all those. And then finally, to complete a mail merge, go to Finish and Merge and edit individual documents, so you can choose that you want to merge all the documents. You have to tell it which ones to merge. And click OK, and it'll open a new document. And when it does, do Control A and then Control C to copy that document to the end of this one. So I go to the end of this document and create a new page. So I just did the shortcut Control Enter and then Control V to paste it to the end. Notice it has a blank page, so those need to be deleted. And the reason it does is it created a section break at the end, but it's pretty easy to delete that. Let me know if you have any questions.